The UAE is still investigating the mysterious drone incident linked to infrastructure near one of its nuclear facilities. And honestly, what's becoming increasingly obvious in this entire regional conflict is that there are multiple geopolitical actors playing dangerous games behind the scenes, while the public only receives fragments of the story. Because if this attack had been unquestionably linked to Iran immediately and beyond doubt, you can safely assume there would have been wall-to-wall outrage and non-stop headlines across Western media. But instead, the response has felt far more cautious and muted. Why? Because increasingly, even Gulf nations themselves appear to understand that there are other forces at play within this conflict. Forces heavily invested in keeping tensions alive, expanding instability, and preventing any real peace from emerging. And yes, one of those powers appears to be that country we shall not mention too directly online. There have been multiple incidents during this wider regional crisis that quietly disappeared from headlines once the initial narrative started falling apart. Take the reports during the earlier stages of the conflict involving an alleged ballistic missile supposedly fired toward Diego Garcia, the strategically important island used by both Britain and America. That story caused immediate alarm, then suddenly, silence. Because once the facts became less clear, the headlines disappeared. Then there were incidents involving drones and missiles near Cyprus and surrounding regions, where initial speculation pointed fingers quickly. But later investigations reportedly suggested the evidence did not fully support those early accusations. And even more recently, reports emerged that a strike during the ceasefire period, initially blamed elsewhere, was later understood to have been caused accidentally by Allied forces themselves. But those quieter corrections rarely received the same attention as the original accusations. And that's the real issue here. The public increasingly feels like it's watching a geopolitical chess game where myriad narratives are managed, blame is strategically directed, and certain actors appear protected from scrutiny. Meanwhile, Gulf nations seem trapped in the middle, publicly cautious, privately nervous, and fully aware that if this conflict spirals further, their economies, infrastructure, and regional stability could all be devastated. This has been the JR Voice. Stay tuned for more unpacking of global headlines.